Good morning, Lagos. Good morning, listeners. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Women's World on Overt Radio. We're broadcasting live, Hapang Grove, Lagos. This is 21 minutes past the hour of 10. It's a brand new week. I'm your host for today, as you know, Ibukun Olua Oshodikwe, here to hold your hands through another hour, 1 hour of heartfelt conversation, reflection, and truth. Today, we are talking about a topic that is both painful and necessary. The topic is why are so many marriages breaking? The pressure on women to endure. You see, if you have repeatedly done something that is breaking your spouse, stop now. I'm talking to my listeners right now. If you have repeatedly done something that is breaking your spouse, stop now. Because one day something will die and it will be hard to wake it back, to wake it up. And maybe you will now be in the season of your life where you need your spouse the most, and all you could find is just the body presence, and but the heart is far gone. Stop anything when they are saying this is breaking me. Stop it. When they complain this is breaking me, you have to stop it. So now we are still on the topic, why are so many marriages breaking? The pressure on women to endure. Marriages is meant to bring love, to bring comfort, to bring growth. But lately, we see more tears than smile, more separation than togetherness. So, what is happening? Why do women feel pressured to stay when the relationship is clearly broken? So I want you to stay with me. We're unpacking this together. We'll go shortly on a short break. I want you to stay tuned because we are yet together. It is the best program for you, women out there, my listeners out there. I just want you to stay tuned. Don't leave this program. Stay tuned. Don't leave this program because you are here. It is not a justice program, yes. Because I want you to learn more from this program because this program suits you. This program is the best for you. And don't forget to follow us on our social media handle, Instagram at Overt News, Facebook at Overt News, Hex at Overt News NJ, TikTok at Overt News TV, YouTube at Overt Radio. You welcome back. You welcome back to your program. You welcome back to your program. If you're just joining this program, don't forget to follow us on our social media handle Instagram at Overt News, Facebook at Overt News, X at Overt News, NJ, TikTok at Overt News TV, YouTube at Overt Radio, and we're broadcasting live at Pangrove, Lagos. You're still tuned to Overt Radio. Our topic for today is why are so many marriages breaking? The pressure on women to endure. Oh, so let's start from the roots. Let's start from the roots. You know, in our mother's time, a woman's strength was measured by how much she could tolerate. No matter the pain, she was told to keep her home, to endure for the children, or to pray harder. But today, things are changing. More women are saying, I deserve peace. They are choosing happiness over endurance. And that is not weakness, it is awareness. So, what is happening? Why are marriages collapsing so easily now? Is it that people no longer value commitment, or have we simply stopped pretending that everything is okay when it is not? Let's be honest, many women are still trapped between old expectation and new realities. You are told to submit tolerance, to sacrifice, even when you are emotionally broken. But a woman who always pouring from an empty cup will one day run dry. Sometimes marriages fail not because women stop trying, but because they are the only ones trying. So the question isn't why do women leave? The question is not why do women leave? Maybe it is why are they the one asked to stay? Let's look at it from this angle. I don't want to look at it because I'm a lady. Yes, I'm not married yet, but from experience, from things I see, from people I live with, some people I grow with, I can say a lot of things. You see, marriages back then they would tell women, you own your own, you have to endure. Why why is the statement for women? I feel before a man and woman come together and say, I want to get married, it is their decision. So I feel the man and the woman come together and decide, I want to get married. They love themselves. I know love alone cannot do a relationship. Love alone cannot undo a relationship. Why is it that when women are broken in a relationship, mostly when women are broken in marriage, all they can hear is, you have to endure. You have to endure because it is your home. Endure because of your children. Endure because of your children. I want to tell my listeners, if you want to call in, you want to share more experience about what our topic for today, you can call in on 07087233165 or 07070633159. Let's look at the sorry let's look at some there are some reasons marriage are breaking today. We have the unrealistic expectation. Some media has created perfect picture that don't reflect reality. Many people now build their idea of love from social media. What they see online looks perfect: smiling couples, surprise trips, matching outfits. But behind those pictures, real relationship requires patience, forgiveness, and communication. You see, communication as a key to marriage. You see, I feel communication is the best thing in marriage, because those things that used to cause breaking of marriage, breaking of relationship, it is lack of communication. You see, when there is communication between both couples, there is communication, there is bonds between them. I feel they won't be breaking of relationship, they won't be breaking of marriage. Let's look at this again. Some people go into marriage expecting perfect, not realizing it's a journey of constant adjustments. Both couples don't know themselves before. You will manage yourself when it comes to marriage. You have to manage each other. No one is perfect. So it is not only the woman that is enduring, the man needs to endure too. So be hearing, women need to endure because you are enduring for your children. The man too needs to endure for the children too, because both of you came together and say, yes, I want to get married. Both of you came to, it is your decision. It is not one person's decision. It is not the woman's decision. It's not one person's decision. I'm not saying for because I'm a lady. It is not one person's decision. Let's look at lack of communication. Many couples live together but no longer talk to each other. They are physically present but emotionally absent. You have something like this. I said it earlier, lack of communication. It is when there is no communication in a relationship, in marriage, it's cause the marriage gets broken. The marriage will collapse. A lot of couples stop talking after a while. They talk about bills, they talk about children, they could talk about work, but not about how they feel. You see, most couples out there, all they just do is let me talk about, they talk about expenses. They talk about what do we need in the house, what's next, do we, the children's bills for school, the children's this. They don't talk about how they feel. Talk about, consider, show empathy on your wife. The wife needs to show empathy on the husband. Be considerate. My man, how is work? You guys should have this close communication. You guys should communicate, because you see, communication is the key in a relationship. Communication is the key to marriage. Okay, let's look at financial stress. Many problem remains one of the biggest source of tension. Money can test even strong relationship when bills keep spilling up or one partner feels overburdened. Tension rises. This kind of thing causes reasons why some marriages are broken nowadays. When the husband is doesn't have enough of money. You see, they'll feel depressed. They'll feel like, "Ah, can I do this alone?" They'll feel like, and those kind of things used to cause issue in marriage. Okay, there is someone that is calling in right now. Let's pick up the call to hear from this person. Good morning, ma. Good morning, ma. Good morning, ma. What is your name, ma?
I'm Adenike by name.
Okay, where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Moe.
Okay, you're welcome to Overt. You're welcome to Overt Radio. You're welcome to Overt Radio. Um,
Alright.
our today's topic is why some women are getting breaking marriage, and why the pressure is on women to endure. We used to hear some women would say that they used to say you it is your marriage, you have to endure when it comes to marriage because you are doing it for your children. Why do we think women are in the best position to get that word, but men and women came together to say yes, I want to get married? It is for the both couple, not for one person. But everything we hear is women have to endure in marriage because it is your home. Why do we think that is for only women?
Yeah, actually, let's say, due to where we meet ourselves
Okay.
in Africa entirely, they actually believe in the fact that the woman, as in you, we are being created to endure, whereby men are being created to enjoy. That is the kind of a mentality we have in Africa, African mentality. They believe the woman have to work, while the men have to chill.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, this the reason why there are so many marriage breaking up, let's say marriage breaking, and the pressure on women to endure. You see, many marriage are breaking down today due to the part of this appropriate, and let me say, these proportionate emotions.
Okay.
You know, the proportionate emotions in terms of the feel a man, let's go to the extent of a man is cheating.
Okay,
They'll
ma.
say, as a married woman, you need to accept the fact that it is in the nature of a man to cheat. But if a woman cheats,
Okay.
they call the woman a cheater, a prostitute. But whereby if a man cheats, you hear the language is in their blood, it's the nature of the man too. So that is Africa. Like we have the breaking down due to social stuff. Like I could remember at a time there was a time I was having some difficulties in America as well,
Okay.
and one of my brother-in-law called me and he said, "What meant?" I actually asked the question, "How do you think the marriage could cope and there will be no issue?"
Okay.
And being a man, he stated something like, "A man likes to do whatever he wants to without being questioned.
Okay.
He will love to go out, mingle with his friends, have fun without being questioned." And I said, how will you marry? How will you be a married man? You call yourself a married man. You want to enjoy the same single life you are living. Then why did you marry? Because once you marry and you become a married man, let me say a married man, there are some things you need to let go. There are some
Yes.
things you need to left behind you as being a married man. There are some things that you do while you were single that needs to end. But in the Africa where we are, they believe once you marry, the woman should be the one at home. The woman should be the one taking care of the house, taking care of the children, and even to the point like when she happens to be a working class woman, she needs to work, she needs to take care of the home,
Okay.
she needs to take care of the children, she needs to do everything, all the load needs to be on her, whereby the only thing the man does is to enjoy. But forgetting that the woman also was being born the way the man was being born. She was being born for a reason and some things to be happened. She wasn't being married to the man to become a slave. There is difference between a wife, a slave, or a maid.
Yeah.
But being a married woman, let me say, the role of a maid is being put on the woman. The role of a slave is being put on the woman. When she's sick, she needs to endure and do all those things. When she's emotionally down, they don't care. All they want to see is she's doing it. She's enduring. Why does she need to endure when she needs to enjoy?
Are you saying marriage is now sacrifice, ma? Because now, because
Actually, it is a sacrifice. But before you get to the point of sacrificing, does it really worth it? Because there are some sacrifice. Let me say there are some sacrifice like women do. There are some sacrifice they do sacrifice. Whereby men looking at it, it doesn't make sense. The person you are sacrificing it for, does he appreciate? Because you can't just make a sacrifice that you are hurting yourself, and the person you are doing it for doesn't even appreciate it. He's seeing it as if it's your responsibility, it's your role. Before the man got married, he do his laundry by himself, he do his cooking by himself,
yeah.
he take care of himself, he take care of the environment where he lives. So why is it that when he gets married, he actually leaves everything for his wife to do, thinking it is the woman's responsibility? When he was single, why didn't they think it's his girlfriend's responsibility to come and do it? He will actually want to keep it and make everywhere neat and good. So once the woman is actually in love with, turns around, he doesn't see him as a dirty, like a dirty kind of person. So why is it that when that woman gets in, all the loads are being shifted on the woman?
Thank you so much.
So
Okay.
cultural pressure as well placed on women
Okay.
for them to sustain relationship.
Okay.
Cultural, that is when I'm talking about Africa.
Okay.
So on those kind of things, we have so many expenses on the well-being of the woman. Okay, like there are some men like, okay, I'm not around, I'm not doing this, but I appreciate this woman doing it for me. Word of encouragement, gift, big giving, and make that woman know, like, you're not just doing it, I appreciate you for it.
Okay, thank you so much, ma. That is an interesting point from you, ma. We've been seeing a lot of things. People getting married at young age. I've been seeing a lot of people getting married. Do you think people understand what marriage really takes before going into it?
Actually, you see, no, not everybody really actually understand what marriage is before going into it. Yeah, that is when they actually comes with the proverb of saying marriage is a school. You get certificate.
Marriage is a what?
Is a school you get your certificate before you go into. You can date a man for 15 years or 20 years, and you might not really know who the person is. Oh. It is after you get into the marriage, that is when you now start saying some things whereby the woman will say, I didn't know you have this kind of a habit. I wouldn't have gotten married to you. That is when that is what actually exposed the real truth of that man or the real truth of the woman.
Okay, thank you so much, ma. The last question I have for you today, ma. Many women say that they stay in painful marriage because of family or society pressure. Let's talk about that, ma. Do you think society puts more pressure on women than men to make marriage work?
Yeah, sure. Even families.
Okay.
Because they believe, this era talk of our family, our African mothers, they actually believe you are suffering in a marriage not because you don't have a choice, but because of your children.
Okay.
Why don't I enjoy for my children? Why am I suffering for my children? Because you see, actually, let me say what is actually making marriage, or should I say society, get to the extent of having women being, being neglected. You have men with idea of the way their father treats their mother. They believe it is fine because their mother endures it. So they must do the same thing to their own.
Okay, thank you so much.
In a living a woman in a marriage, she endures all the things.
Okay.
But she only have her children to just give her an encouragement to move on. At the end of it, she gets old and she's still living with the same husband.
Okay.
But one thing she never tried to understand is the habit and the culture the husband creates is what the children will go after. That is where you have some men whereby they believe taking care of the woman is not an issue. The woman should do it because it is what he is being brought up. It is what is being brought up to. As in,
Okay.
like now, what we have in my mother takes care of her stuff all alone.
Okay.
If my father is not okay, she wouldn't be there.
Okay. Thank you so
Whereby
much.
you
Okay.
see some men, they take care of their wives, try to check their background. How did their father treat their mom? So the kind of what we have now majorly is just background. Before you got married to a man, a guy, before you got married to a lady, try to do your background checkup, family background checkup. How is the relationship between the two parents? Because if it's the kind of a family where the woman suffers, then as a lady, you should know you face a lot of challenges. Because you can't correct a grown-up man whereby he has not been corrected when he was little up to the stage you make sense
Yes.
when you need to get married to him.
Yes.
So you can't correct him for it. What the person is being adapted to, it can never be changed.
Yes.
So before we go into, a lot of people go into marriage not doing their background checkup. Love is not all over marriage. In fact, it gets to a stage love cannot hold their marriage. I love him, he loves me, he do this, he do that. That is not the major problem. The major point is before you get married, he or she can love you.
Okay.
He or she can love you. But by the time you get in there, he or she might not know how to love you rightly and correctly.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mrs. Adenike, because of our time. Thank you so much. You are still tuned to Overt Radio. This is Overt Radio. Please don't forget to follow us on our social media handle Instagram at Overt News, Facebook at Overt News, X at Overt News, NJ, TikTok at Overt News TV, YouTube at Overt Radio. Thank you so much, Ma, for your time. Thank you, Miss
You're
Adenike.
welcome.
Thank you, Ma. Yes,
You're
Ma.
welcome.
Oh, listeners, thank you for listening. You've heard a lot from Mrs. Adenike. That is Mrs. Adenike Shestion from Mowe. Yes, she said a lot of things. She said, you have to, as a man, you have to give your woman a word of encouragement. Your wife is not your slave. She said your wife is not your slave. He said now most women are doing the work of a slave than a wife. Before you got married to your wife, there are some duties that you do yourself before getting married. And when you are married, you feel all responsibilities, that your responsibility is just to go out there to work. It is beyond that. And I feel love cannot handle marriage alone. You see, maturity does a lot of things. Because when you undo things like that, because before you got married to your wife, there are some things you do yourself. There's some things you do yourself. Marriage is not meant to be a burden for a woman. So we need to go on a short musical break before we go more into this. You're welcome back to your show. You're welcome back to your show. This is Women's World, still Women's World. You're still tuned to Overt Radio. And don't forget our topic for today, for those that are just joining our program. Why has so many marriages breaking, the pressure on women to endure? That's the voice we heard earlier was one of our consultants, Mrs. Adenike. She has said a lot of things through her experience. She has said a lot of things. She gave more insight about what we're talking about. She said families put more pressure on marriage. I said I asked her a question why we think family affect marriage. She said family mostly puts more pressure on women. most sort of things that family has actually done to marriages. Some families has actually destroyed some marriages that it is not meant to be. It is not meant to be. So now we are looking up to one of our consultants. Let's try. Okay, it's calling back. It's calling back. Good morning, sir.
Yeah,
Good morning, sir. You are here on here, and you're tuned to Overture Radio. This is Overture Radio, sir.
yeah, I'm good.
Okay, good morning. People are listening to you right here. We want you to put more insight. We've been discussing about this topic, why so many marriages breaking, the pressure on women to endure. We've said a lot of things about this. We've said a lot of things about this. We said about the strength of women. Some women have been going through a lot in marriages, and all they could hear is you have to endure for yourself, you have to endure for your children, because you are the owner of the home. Why is this thing only on women, but it's supposed to be on men too? Because you guys came together, men and women came together to decide, give decision that yes, I want to get married. It is your intention that you want to get. It is not a forceful thing. Why is it pressure on women alone? I don't know what you can say about that, sir.
Why I need to come in by saying number is that when it comes to marriage,
Sorry, sir. So, your name, sir. So the listeners will know your name, sir. Sorry for that, sir.
my name is Pastor Ken Bededo.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, very quick one to establish one thing. That number one thing that we all need to know and understand is that marriage is an institution that God Himself has established. Is God that established marriage according to the book of Genesis chapter number 2 verse 18. And when you look at this thing, the both parties, when it comes to ladies, sometimes we understand that ladies have a kind of flexible mind and flexible heart. We don't sometimes before a lady can go into relationship or can say yes or no. Don't forget that in this our context, when it comes to Nigeria, many ladies before you can go into a relationship, even though you like the guy must come and meet you first. Sometimes normal thing they said, don't worry. Sometimes you say, I'll be thinking about it. It means that if you said I'll be thinking about it very, very well, we know that in one way or the other you have accepted. But what
Yes.
I'm trying to say is that many a times we need to ask the ladies that before you come into the marriage, hope is not by infatuation. Is it genuinely love? Are you going into that marriage because of the love you have for him or because of the material thing? Because most of the time, why this thing happens is just that the man in question, they take advantage of the women based on the fact that he will tell you that because you are getting married to me because I have money, you are getting married, assuming that you will not come and meet me. And another thing is that we don't plan in marriage, we plan before marriage.
Okay, sir.
How do I mean? We don't plan in marriage because before you can get married to a guy or a guy or a man, both of you should sit down, plan. Okay, when we get married, how many children do you want to have? You don't do that in marriage. You do that before. Okay, how many child are we going to have? Okay, you must draw a what they call it. There must be a scale of preference. There must be a time at which you people will plan. You say that okay, in the couple of 5 years, this is what we are about to achieve. This is what you're about to achieve. Men takes advantage of women because sometimes even if a lady has a plan, you know that okay, this is the structure, this is what we are having plan. I'm telling you, that man will not take that lady for granted. Many a times we come into relationship because of what we want to get from that person. It's not about okay, what another thing is about what is my input to that relationship. Let's take for instance. When I was talking to someone recently, the person was saying that báwo ni ọkùnrin ṣe máa complain? How will a guy or a man will be complaining that the wife is asking of money at all time. He said, Bini no man pay the whole work now. You see that? The question is, okay, sometimes you know that maybe your husband is earning 300,000 naira per month. And as a matter of fact, maybe for housekeeping, for everything, he's giving the house maybe 200 naira per 200,000 naira, as in 300,000 naira. He's giving you 200,000 naira per month. And the question is that you will still be saying that even at that, what if we in your war already? You still be saying that, okay, maybe in a couple of some weeks, you not be asking the husband again that we still need this thing. And along will not be saying that, but assuming the wife too is working, assuming the wife too is doing something, one thing or the other. Don't forget that the Bible says that we are helpmates. That's what the Bible says. It said we are helpmates. Helpmates in the sense that Toba, if it goes low in the life of the husband, the wife will raise it.
Okay.
So sometimes a lady must be in supportive of the home, of the husband, in all ways, both finances, in everything. If you have a work at which you are doing and you are doing some things, that man will not take it for granted.
So what kind of work are you saying in particular? Because most if we are talking about work, that okay, yes, your man must work and the woman must work too. If we're talking about work, we see some marriages still collapsing despite the fact that both couples are working. We are seeing some marriages collapsing. I feel that, you see, it can actually come in this way. If the wife is working and unable to take care of the children, it can come like that too.
Mhm. But what I'm saying is that another aspect at which we must understand is that the both parties, especially the wife, be careful of associates, the people you associate yourself with, even at work, even at the place of work. Don't in a marriage, don't give room to third parties, because one, even the lady or the lady at your office, even your friends that is giving you advices about your marriages or about your relationship, they are even all those things that they are telling you that they cannot condone, they are condoning more than that. I've seen a for example, I've seen a marriage at which even is the wife, is the friend that is advising the lady, you are advising the wife, and along the road, after the husband throw the wife loads outside, after 3 months, this same friend come in again, come into the marriage, and along the road. But one thing about it is just that Yoruba used to say that ilé taba fi kini kan wé iriwo, kini kan náà ló máa wò. At the end of the day, even their both marriage did not even last, based on the fact that the same thing as is instigating the wife, another person is instigating her also. So we need to be very, very careful about the associate. Another thing is that the marriage is for both of you. So even the family, we should be careful of the family.
Yes.
We are not saying that parents is not good, it's good, but there are some things at which we must we must know that this thing is actually, the Bible says that both the man and the woman will leave their parents. They will stick to the husband and will stick to the husband, and they become one. The reason why all those things are still happening is just that if your thinking is different, there will be problem in the marriage.
Yes.
If your thinking is different, that's why it means that in marriage, 1 + 1 is not 2. 1 + 1 is 1. Because you must think about you must think about them. That's why I said in marriage, it goes beyond what we are experiencing when we are doing boyfriend and girlfriend. Even when you are doing boyfriend and girlfriend, why is it that there are sometimes you see that the wife, what both parties are doing in the when they are caught, when they got married, they are not doing all those things.
Okay,
Why?
sir. Okay.
Sometimes we our identity, your things be known. Yeah, I'm with you.
Okay, sir. To round up the program because we are running out of time. What advice
Okay.
can you give to our listeners out there, those people that their marriages are broken already? What advice can you give to them to build up the low self esteem they have for themselves, that they are dying in marriage, they are going down in marriage, they are in silence in marriage? What advice can you give to them? What can you say to them that can bring the trust back?
That the advice I can give to you is just that if any marriage has collapsed before, there is nothing that does not have what they call that cannot come into life again. Where there is life, there is always hope. Don't pronounce negative about yourself. And another thing I have to tell you is that please, before you can take another step, plan before you go in. Don't plan in marriage. Plan before
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
you
Thank you so
don't
much, Pastor Kendi. Thank you so
plan
much.
in marriage. You plan before marriage. When you plan before, thank you very much. God bless you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, sir. Oh, listeners, thank you. That is our consultant, Pastor Kendi from Lagos. He has said a lot of things. He has said a lot of things. We need to just round up this program because of our time. We heard a lot from Mrs. Adenike from Mowe. She also said a lot of things. Pastor Kenda said marriage is an institute that is from God, an institute from God. He said, we don't plan in marriage. I held that. You don't plan in marriage. You plan before marriage. If you are going into marriage, you want to get married to this person, you should have some plan. Okay, this is the person I want to get married to. What are the plans you have? Okay, I want to give birth to 3 children. These are the things I want to have in place. You have to have those things, those kind of things before getting married, not inside the marriage. That is when issues will start coming up. That is when some marriages will start breaking up. So my listeners out there, I'm sure you've learned a lot of things. Mr. Pastor Kende also said you need to watch you who you associate with. Don't associate with any kind of person that can bring bad things to your marriage. That can bring bad things to your marriage. He also said be careful of family, because sometimes family, there's some bad families that they say bad things about marriage. They'll just bring bad vibes to your marriage. You see some couples that they are in good vibe before, and later on they'll just start having issues. They'll start losing trust between each other. So now we have to round up this program because we're running out of time. We're running out of time. So you're still tuned to Women's World on Overt Radio this morning broadcast. We're broadcasting live from Pangrove, Lagos. And I just want to tell you that be strong. You are worthy and you deserve peace.